Ho, ho, ho! Chicago Network is on the air. Hello, everybody. I'm Ryan Yanishadis, and it is time for the Hello Chicago Christmas list. I'm going to tell you what every team in Chicago needs for Christmas to have a successful 2026. Let's start things off with the Chicago White Sox. For the White Sox, I'm going starting pitching. This team is starting to develop a core. Colson Montgomery, the young catcher. They've also got the first pick in the MLB draft in this summer, and the shortstop's supposed to be the future. There is so much bright potential on the Chicago White Sox offensively. If they start gaining some pitching, this team is going to come out of the box and play well. They're going to be a spoiler in 2026, and by hopefully within the next few years, they continue to that loss number continues to go down, and the win number starts to go up when we start to see it. I think last year my Christmas list was to have direction for this team, and the Chicago White Sox finally do. They just need some pitching. For number two, let's look at the Chicago Cubs. Still, Cub fans are frustrated as of right now, and with the Cubs convention coming up in a couple of weeks, fans are going to let Tom Ricketts know. But for the Chicago Cubs, I got a top-tier starter and a reliever. Yes, they got Phil Maton. Yes, they've signed a couple other guys, but they're in on the Japanese pitcher Amai. Devin Williams wanted to come to the Cubs. Unfortunately, the Cubs didn't want to pay for him. So, there's that as well. So the starting pitcher Amai, I think, is going to be the key, and also try to get a reliever. Apparently, Alex Bregman in the mix as well. He'd be a nice added Christmas gift for the Cubs, and see if they're going to go in. But the Cubs need to prove that they want to spend money. They know last year, watching that division series against the Milwaukee Brewers, they needed pitching. Yes, they were without Cade Horton, but I think they need another starter in that rotation. This Amai guy throws almost 100 miles per hour. You missed out on Michael King. Do you resort to Zach Gallen? You might have to, but it seems like the Cubs might be the only candidate left for Amai. We'll see if they'll be able to get him. So definitely the Japanese pitcher Amai, Alex Bregman, and maybe one more solid reliever. And I think it's a successful 2025 offseason, going into the 26th season for the Cubs. Number three, the Chicago Blackhawks. Improvement. That's my Christmas list for the Blackhawks. This team has more points this year than they have, I think, in the whole Hello Chicago history. We're approaching 5 years. And the fact that I know Connor Bedard's out till the beginning of next year with an injury, but this team has we've been talking playoff positioning for the Blackhawks early on in the year because we're so excited to see this team have potential. So improvement is definitely what it's been. Hopefully they can get the healthy guys back, Foligno and Connor Bedard, and you get those two together and you start to see this team groove, especially with Spencer Knight as the goalie. I think we are seeing improvement, and we just want to see a little bit more. See this team kind of make a push in the second half of the season, but improvement definitely is something on the Christmas list for the Blackhawks. Number four for the Chicago Bulls, playoff spot. Now, this team started out 5-0 in the year. We were thinking NBA Finals. Well, unfortunately, they came down and had like 4-13 after that, and then they really didn't play well. But again, towards the end of 2025, they're starting to play better basketball. They won 2 games against the Cavs. They're starting to get healthy again. Now, this could be all set up to trade the team away and rebuild again. But I think when you have Josh Giddey, who signed an extension, you have Buzelis, and you got some pieces that you want to keep and build around. We'll see. The guy they were going to go after is the bonus of the Kings is out 5 weeks, so might not help. So a lot of questions need to be answered. But right now they're in the 10th, as this recording, they're in the 10th spot of the NBA playoffs, which is a play-in, which is they're always being. I'm saying playoff spot. They're about 3 games out of the 6th spot. I've kind of given up on this team early on in the season after the struggles, but they can get me back in if they continue to win and prove that they want to win. It's just this team looked like they had no life, but let's see them rebuild or regroup and try to get a playoff. So they're only 3 games out of it. So this is, if not this year, never, because the Pacers don't have Halliburton. The Celtics don't have Jason Tatum. And the Bucks are struggling without Giannis. So this is the year for the Bulls to get a playoff spot. They need a strong second half of the season. Finally, the Chicago Bears. Oh, the Chicago Bears. And by the time this airs, this could already be true. But I want a playoff berth for the Chicago Bears. I had this team going in with 8 wins this year with a tough schedule. A lot of things have gone their way where they didn't have to face Lamar Jackson, even though they lost that game. Didn't have to face a good Bengals team. They beat them. 5 fourth-quarter comeback wins, a close game against the Packers. on the first time. We're recording this before the second one, but like I said, the possibility that they won that one and they have a lead in the division. Bear fans aren't cocky. They just want good football. This team, they've watched so much bad football over the years, and to now taste it, the expectations have rose in 2025. When you look at, like I said, 8 wins. This team has 10 wins going into the game against the Packers, and a chance to be in the playoffs. You want a playoff spot. You want to get in the dance. A win in a Lions loss this past weekend, and hopefully when we return to talking sports on January the 5th, hopefully that we're previewing a playoff game that week for the Chicago Bears. A tough schedule to end it, but a playoff berth is what I want for the Chicago Bears. So that is your 2025 Christmas list for all the Chicago teams. We're off Friday. We return next Monday with the 2025 hellos. I will be giving out awards for the best moments in Chicago sports in 2025, and hopefully you'll be able to join me. And then in 2 weeks, we return to our normal programming Monday and Friday, talking Chicago sports, and we'll have a lot to talk about on Monday, January the 5th. So everyone, Merry Christmas. Have an unbelievable holiday season. We'll be back next Monday with the 2025 hellos, but this has been the 2025 Hello Chicago Christmas list. Thank you for watching Hello Chicago Network. We are the focus of Chicago sports.